I need to start getting some bang for my buck with my PS Plus subscription. So what better way to do that than add every game added for July, even though the games for August are almost out now, and do what I do best and throw them all into a wheel. This is an idea I've been toying with for a few months now because I'm out here paying for PS Plus Deluxe and I don't use it outside of a few instances for videos. Now, could I just go through the new additions and pick what I want to play? Go on Platinum, Just Cause 4, Twisted Metal, The Ascent, Sniper Elite 5, you know, the solid new additions to the service? The games I really want to play? Of course, but where's the fun in that? I need the thrill, the chance to get something terrible that I'd never play in a million years, and with the wheel I have the chance to do just that, which is sort of the fun of it for me nowadays. So I threw all 19 games into the wheel, excluding SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom since I already have the Platinum Trophy, and it was time to let fate decide just what game exactly I would Platinum next. But first, you know what's always going to give you bang for your buck? The sponsor for today's video, Try Treats. One of my favorite things about traveling to different countries is finding and trying new snacks. Like recently in Thailand, they had some fire squid flavored chips that I couldn't get enough of. However, it's expensive to fly all over the globe just to try new foods, and that's where Try Treats comes in to save the day. Every month, they send out a snack-filled box with a given country's favorite snacks. For instance, the box I received was filled with treats from India. You get all these awesome factoids and info cards about the country and a bunch of new snacks to try out that, if you're like me, I wasn't going to India anytime soon, so it was awesome to try out their snack game. It was here I was going to list off my favorite snacks, but I really rated most of this box. You've got some quality treats, India. Your biscuit game especially is top tier, but you can have those chips. Not for me. If you want to try out Try Treats for yourself, go to trytreats.com/subscribe and use the coupon code MayorHairBear for 15% off your first box. Thank you to Try Treats for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. Alright, so I don't think I've seen the wheel this small ever, but I wanted to get some more bang for my buck for once, and this seemed like as good as an idea as any, so I'm gonna be honest, most of this wheel is crap. There's some good games, but what I'd be hoping for is like a Just Cause 4, The Ascent, Sniper Elite 5 could be fun, Twisted Metal, and that's sort of all I'm seeing right now. Outside of that, you know, there is some garbage on here. My Little Pony, Fast and Furious, Dynasty Warriors would be fun, but you gotta play it so many times, so we'll see how that goes. But kind of without any further ado, let's kind of just let's see what we get. I'm always so nervous for these things. Yeah, of course. Oh. Come on. This is a joke. I'll be honest, I deserve that. I could have had a good time with any game I wanted, but I had to leave it up to chance, and when you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. However, I'm a fair man, and I gave this game a shot. Who knows? Could have been a bit of a gem, and at worst, it was only going to take a few hours to platinum anyway, right? Yeah, as predicted, this was a terrible experience. So much so that even though I scripted the video out like normal, I decided to scrap it because it was such an unenjoyable experience that wasn't even fun to make fun of. It just made me angry, which I think my rant about halfway through my recording sums it up pretty well. Okay, so I just got finished playing for about an hour. I'm gonna try and get this done in one go, but I needed to just decompress because that was the longest hour of my life. This game is just so arse. For a game that's called Fast and Furious, there's no speed. There's no speed to these cars. There's no speed. The visuals remind me of the Saints Row reboot, which if you're reminding me of the Saints Row reboot, you up. That's nothing else. You've made a terrible error. Like, I know this game is for kids. Okay, I understand that. That's fine. This game is just the tracks aren't good. It visually just hurts my eyes just because there's so much freaking paint all over the screen so much of the time. It's so distracting. I cannot tell you how happy I am that I'm halfway through these trophies because it looks like it's only going to be maybe 2 hours at most.
If it was any longer, I think I might start really losing my mind. This is this is a terrible experience. I hate this.
Now, I did stick it through and got the platinum, as you can see here, but I wasn't happy with the video at all at this point. It was a bit of a nothing platinum, not fun to explain, the game wasn't good, it was a bit of a miss, and probably a good example as to why the wheel should stay where it is instead of taking over every video I make. So instead of forcing a video out on a game I actively hated, I wanted to platinum something else. The game I really wanted to platinum all along from the new PS Plus editions, because I love my time with it on PC, and I don't think enough people have actually given the game a go. I wanted to platinum the Ascent. I played the Ascent back when it was originally released on Xbox and PC in 2021, and I adored my time with the game. I mean, it had me by the balls from beginning to end with its incredible cyberpunk dystopian world, captivating story, and satisfying combat. As soon as I saw it had been added to PS Plus, I knew it was time to play it again, and more importantly, grab that platinum along with it. So let's go get another platinum, and maybe shine some more light on a game I think deserves your attention, as is clearly the case with no Pairs Profiles guide despite the game releasing in March last year on PlayStation. Welcome to the Ascent. Now, the Ascent's platinum journey is pretty straightforward. I'd say it ranks at about a 3 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, and should only take you around 14 to 16 hours to complete. However, I do remember the achievements back at release being quite buggy, and whilst I'm sure those issues have been patched out, I figured I'd play it safe regardless. So step number 1 was to first and foremost play the game completely solo. Co-op was a big achievement breaker back at release, and with just 2 super easy co-op trophies to tackle, I figured I'd save that for the very end so as to not lock myself out of anything along the way. Anyway, I booted up the single player, selected new game, and my first priority was to just complete the main game and leave all the side missions for after the credits roll. Doing this will guarantee you 19 trophies, 15 of which are for simply beating every mission in the game.
It's really not.
And the other 4 are for things like killing your first enemy,
That's right.
allocating 3 skill points,
Quickly.
selling something,
Sell duplicate.
and killing a robot with energy damage. That's the guaranteed trophies you'll get just by making your way through the main missions, but since this wasn't my first time round, I did unlock quite a few more on top of that during this step. 12 more trophies to be exact, for doing things like killing 10 enemies with exploding barrels, which I'd say is a guarantee, but I'd figured I'd leave it out to be safe, making an enemy drop a grenade, claimed a bounty, which again should probably be a guarantee, but you never know. They are everywhere though. Equipping 2 augmentations and a module. Equipping augmentations and upgrades that make your character go full chrome. I honestly have no idea how I got this, it just happened. Died from a katana. Rode the all reliable train. Reset all our skill points. Practice quality hygiene by flushing the toilet and then using the sink. Read 10 data pads. Hacked and destroyed vending machines. And collected 200,000 U-creds at once. That was every trophy I unlocked during my time with the main story, and left me with just 16 trophies left to clean up during the end game, which I was pretty stoked with. So step 2 was pretty straightforward. Clean up. I had 28 side missions to tackle and a whole heap more to discover and unlock in this world. Right after the credits finished rolling, however, I did finally fully upgrade a weapon and mysteriously unlock the trophy for filling the codex, which I still hadn't found every enemy or visited every location, so that was a cool surprise, until it made me second guess if the other 2 trophies had bugged on me. They didn't, but this early pop had me stressed for a minute. Anyway, we embarked on this journey to complete all the side content, which immediately made me regret not even talking to these characters as I saw them in the main game. That was a time waster that I don't know why I did it that way, especially since the map doesn't show every side mission, as some are hidden in buildings, so you really need to pay attention to some of these. Thankfully, I do have a pretty good memory, and we started mowing through the side missions as I was pretty over-leveled for all of them, unlocking a trophy for finishing a single side mission, and we wouldn't get much more trophy reward for this task until we had completed all 28. So in the meantime, whilst I chipped away at this larger project, I made sure to be on the lookout for the more missable trophies we still needed to grab that were mostly combat related. I had to be on the lookout for a hacking enemy so that I could give them a taste of their own medicine and hack them back, overcharge an enemy while they're in stasis, and try to also deliver a total of 4,000 damage to one stasis target, which again, being the level that I was pretty easy. Pretty early on, I also found the last of the enemies I needed for my codex, allowing me to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that it wasn't bugged. And I also looked up what the hell this snooze or lose trophy wanted me to do. I thought I needed to find a bed, but no, instead I just needed to talk to this dude and he drugs me? I don't know, it's confusing. But that was about all I managed before I completed my last side mission. My heart sank at this moment. I was sure I'd found all side missions, but that fantastic memory of mine forgot a couple of super simple side missions right at the beginning of the game due to not picking them up for whatever reason. So I quickly knocked those missions out and the side missions were complete, leaving me with 7 trophies to go. The first trophy on the agenda was to discover all locations, as I just needed one more to grab this trophy, as no main or side mission takes you here, you just kind of have to accidentally go there, I guess? I don't know, seems weird to me, but regardless, we found it and got the trophy. And then went for a twofer as I needed to hack an ATM for 2 trophies, but for that I needed to find more cyberdeck upgrades. I had no idea how many I needed, and so I looked up some locations that I knew I hadn't really explored, and luckily for me on my first spot, found the upgrade that gave me the ability to hack ATMs, and rush my ass to the nearest one, unlocking 2 trophies. Then came the last trophy I needed to grab for this single player portion, and holy hell did I not know how much of a pain this one would be. I needed to die more than 100 times. Now, the Ascent isn't a cakewalk of a game. I definitely died a number of times during the main missions, as some are genuinely tough, but nowhere near 100. And so what I had to do was find a good swarm of enemies, take off all my armor, and just die, respawn, die, respawn over and over again until I hit 100. There's no stat sheet anywhere either, it's just guesswork how many you have left, and this was just boring and ends up exposing how dumb the AI can really be in this game. I had to spend half an hour doing this and boy was it tedious, but I finally racked up 100 deaths and was finally able to move on to the co-op. Now, co-op trophies can be a hassle for trophy and achievement hunters, but in the Ascent, they're so damn easy. All you need to do if you have 2 controllers is boot up couch co-op to unlock your first trophy, and then just run into a gunfight with your second controller, wait for that player to go down, and revive them, and that's it. You'll have gotten both co-op exclusive trophies, and if you're like me, then the platinum is yours. There are some more trophies as well for the Ascent's DLC Cyber Heist, but at this point I'd had my fun replaying the game, and I was happy to leave it be as is. I know it's a short DLC, but by the end I'd had my fill with the Ascent, so I decided to just leave the DLC for another time. The benefits of trophy hunting as opposed to achievement hunting, am I right? So after 14 hours in total, what did I think of the Ascent's Platinum and the game in general? In regards to the game itself, I seriously cannot recommend giving the Ascent a chance enough. I don't think this game is for everyone, especially if you're not a huge fan of twin stick style gameplay, but the world is gorgeous, the story is filled with intrigue, this sci-fi universe is fantastic, and the combat has this emphatic punch to it. It can definitely get repetitive, especially early on as you visit the same locales a couple of times, but this is a game I really love playing, and I do hope to see more from this IP in the future. As for the Platinum, I think it's for the most part pretty straightforward. Outside of the 100 deaths or the super vague trophies like snoozing, I found this to be a very natural Platinum to go for as the world is so compelling to go out and explore anyway. It's not one of my all-time favorite Platinums, as the longer you play the more gameplay cracks do appear, but not enough to ruin the game itself or make me regret going for the Platinum. It's a good time and a game and Platinum journey I highly recommend attempting for yourself. Thank you all so much for watching the video. This was intended to be a little twist on the tried and true formula, but I think in the future I'll just stick to picking these types of games myself to avoid games like Fast and Furious. But if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like because it helps let me know that you enjoyed yourself. Comment below some more Platinum suggestions and let me know what games you're playing from the new PS Plus additions. Thank you to all my channel members for that extra level of support, I truly do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, go give my socials a follow if you fancy at MayorHairBear. Join the Discord server to have a chat. Don't forget to check out trytreats.com, and I'll catch you all in the next video.